Hey guys, it's finally time for our Q&A video, so thank you for the questions. We've been talking about getting this together for you for a while, and the time has come. Forgive me for my nasally sound. I can't kick this cold. It's not COVID, it's not the flu, it's not RSV, it's just that like never-ending head congestion, throat, like, ugh. But
I'm just keep it to yourself, is what I'm saying. I know you want to give me a kiss, but let's just keep them germs to yourself. All right, let's start this off with our first question, and that is, where are me and Jay from? So we were both born and raised here in the south suburbs of Chicago our whole life. Been here since day one, and I don't think we'll ever leave. I don't think I can get him away from all the food here. And then, of course, you know, our whole family's here, so we have lived in the same couple of square miles, I think, our whole life. And both went to neighboring high schools. You know, we've just been here forever. So we are lifers for sure.
Food's a big one.
That's all he cares about.
Best in the nation. I don't care what you say or where you're from. Chicago is on the map for food.
I think the whole family could leave and move and he would still stay here for the food.
I mean, I could find food in other places where I visit. You guys.
When you visit.
All right, so a question we got after this is, how do you navigate not pulling stuff from your past into your arguments today? We kind of get asked that question in a couple different ways on a regular basis. You know, when people want to know, like, my gosh, you guys got divorced and remarried. I think what we did, we took the fear out of asking each other questions or talking about our past. So usually that's, I kind of feel, is what holds people back from communicating, is they're scared, you know, of the other person's reaction. So obviously when we got divorced and remarried, there was a lot of things that were problems and issues and sore topics. You know, we talked about them, man. We asked each other literally everything we wanted to know.
Yeah.
And it was kind of out on the table. Once it's all out on the table multiple times, or whenever someone wants to know or hear something, eventually that repetitiveness just turns into a regular occurrence, I guess, like comfortability maybe, I could say. So
we definitely keep an open dialogue. I'm real good about out of nowhere asking him something that maybe I haven't thought of, or maybe I already asked before, but
like
I forget.
9 to 10 times she might have asked.
But he answers, and you know, there's nothing that we can pull out of each other's past that we're bothered by, because we're very open with it. So I think the open communication, we don't shut the door. If either of us want to talk about something, we talk about it. But we pretty much did that right off the bat when we got back together, was talked about everything.
And a lot of the issues that were issues really aren't issues anymore. So
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess you kind of leave the past in the past, and then if you want to talk about the past, it's just not, I'm not scared to answer a question that she's got or something, and vice versa, you know, because it's just been so talked about.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good way to sum that up. But we do get that asked a lot, so it's a good question. What else do we got?
Oh, the Crazy Pieces question. We get asked that a lot. Do we still talk to Crazy Pieces? So if you don't know, they are a family of 18 on YouTube. That's 16 kids, mom and dad. Insane. We've got 4, and I lose my mind most days, so I don't know how they do it. But they adopt, they have biological, it's kind of their everyday, day-to-day life that they record. And
That's my stepbrother is Aaron. He's the dad, the father of everybody. And my parents got divorced when I was like 6, 7 years old. And then my dad remarried Aaron's mom, so we became brothers at a pretty early age. And that's where it all started. The big question, do we talk to them still? Well, yeah, we talk to them still. They're family. They live in Arizona, so they're like 1,000 miles away from us, so it's not like we see each other all the time. But with them having their YouTube channel and us having ours, we can still kind of keep a lot better tabs on it. You know, they have a lot going on with all those kids, so they have a lot of videos, and it's a lot. I give them a lot of credit for taking care of that much stuff. I can't even imagine grocery shopping and like homework, and like you can't even handle homework with Eva.
no, I get...
Imagine.
I can't. I don't know how I would do it. I couldn't. So
It's a lot, but we'll drop a link to their page in the comments below, so you guys can check it out if you don't already follow them. We know a lot of you guys follow them already, so no big news for you.
But yeah, we try to visit too when we can, and they've come out, we've gone out. Me and Sam just went not that long ago. Hopefully we're gonna get them to come out here.
Not all of them, dude. Just like in phases. Next question. Who's your favorite mom in Texas? You guys are probably wondering, what in the world does that mean? So let me tell you, we went to Puerto Vallarta this summer. We took the whole family. We stayed at an awesome resort, met a ton of people. Definitely check out the videos. I think we have some good videos on that. We met a mom and her 2 boys, and they happen to be from Texas. I think the girls like the boys from Texas. Right? Yeah. There's some crushes developing, possibly.
Yes, definitely.
So our favorite mom from Texas is definitely Tiffany.
For sure. You got that.
Tiffany, you got the win for best mom in Texas.
Thanks for the easy question. That wasn't
that was
difficult
actually
one.
easy.
All right. Okay, so this next question is from Nicole, our daughter, and she thinks she's funny. She would like to know, if you had to choose between me and tacos, would you choose corn or flour?
Corn.
That was awfully quick.
Yeah, dude, corn, hands down, man.
Or you could pick me.
I don't think that's how the question's phrased. If you had to pick mom or tacos, it's a 2-part question.
Oh. All right, well, what's the first part? Tacos.
What's the we'll come back to this one, dude. But the second part would be corn.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to get in a fight in the middle of this, you know.
Well, I would pick flour, I have to say. I know that's not a popular opinion with him, but...
All right, next question. I would pick tacos. Corn.
Oh, you're funny like Nicole.
All right, next question. Were you 2 in other relationships during your break, and how do you navigate not being jealous or distrustful now that you're back together? This is another one that we actually kind of get a lot of too, and it's a little deeper, you know. To start that off, it's kind of a 2-part question. Yes, we were both in relationships during our break. Yeah. We won't go into like a ton of detail, but yeah, we dated and we had some relationships that we experienced. But how do we navigate not being jealous and distrustful? It's a hard question to answer, and I think the best way that I could answer it is the distrustfulness part. I think that affected me is getting back together with Summer. How was I able to trust that she wasn't going to want a divorce again? You know, like, because you're putting yourself out there a second time. Because going through the divorce hurt like freaking crazy, man. So like, can I trust her again to get married and go through that and try it again? Because if this happens again, I'm gonna be like, dude,
it'd be hard to come back from. Yeah.
I learned a completely different appreciation for Summer and who she was, and as a wife, as a friend, as a mother, that I didn't really see before. And I think that she saw that based off of how I was treating her and how I was acting. The second time around, she saw a different side of me. And that side was coming out because I saw a different side of her. Yeah. And I think we learned a lot through the relationships that we were in, through the time apart that we had. So it took away a lot of that uncertainty and like distrustfulness of not knowing if this was gonna work or not.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's neither you or I are very jealous people. We never were. So the relationship jealousy, that kind of thing, neither one of us were ever really jealous people. So with getting back together was really just learning that we both made the changes that we needed to make and realizing that we can trust that we're both in it this time for the long haul. There's no end. It's forever. So once we both figured out that we knew that we wanted to be together forever, I think there's no jealousy. You know, once we established the trust there that we were staying together.
Yeah, probably the commitment felt different. Like I felt way different this time around, getting married and making that sacrifice and commitment to you than I did the previous time, even though it was so long ago and hard to remember exactly how I felt. I just felt a lot stronger, a lot closer. Yeah. I just felt more confident with you. The communication was like night and day. I mean,
I think maturity helped for both of us.
Yeah, we learned a lot. Yeah. You know, through a divorce, away from each other, and then how to come back to it. You know, but I hope that answers that question.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Well, this is just like a quick, easy one. What makes your hubby mad? I would say that for me personally, what I think, can I say?
Yeah, do you think it's a quick one?
Well,
I mean, I hope not a lot makes me mad.
no, you're not. I think there's a lot of times that there's something that I want to do, but I am fearful to try, and you get frustrated with me because I give up before I even try. And
Yeah.
you end up getting, not like mad, like you're yelling at me, but you get frustrated that I'm like, oh, I can't do this. And you're like, did you even try yet? And you're like that with most people. Like, it's not just what makes your hubby mad. Just in general, that probably frustrates you the most is when people give up before they even try.
Yeah. I'm a big go-getter, man. I hate to fail. Within myself, I hate to fail. But what's even worse than that is if you already consider yourself failing before you even tried, man. Everybody fails, man. It's not a big deal to fail. I fail at stuff all the time, but I tried, though. If I'm not trying, then that's a different story. And it's just a pet peeve of mine of when someone, I don't know, I think Summer shortchanges herself, and she kind
I
of thinks,
definitely say that a lot, that I can't.
I can't. But
Yeah.
it's fine if you tried it and you failed and you can't, then you know you can't. But you got to give yourself the credit to at least get out there and try it. You know, you're capable of doing a lot more than what you give yourself credit for. So it drives me nuts
Yeah.
when she says, "Oh, I can't do that." What happened when you tried? I'm not even going to try it because I know I can't.
But see, that's how he says it, which is then where it like might cause a little tiff, is when he's quick with the, oh, well, what happened when you tried? And it's like a quick comeback, like, I guess, and it's like, oh, he knows I didn't try. So, yeah, that's probably the only, I mean, obviously you get frustrated with little things here and there, but
It's okay. It's
know.
okay to fail.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That frustrates him the most.
Yeah.
That and when he's hungry and doesn't have food.
Or you tell me that we can go anywhere I want, and then you say no to like the first 5 places.
That like comes up, I feel like, a lot in our videos or maybe like our shorts and stuff.
Or our day to day.
But like, let me explain that. He will ask where I want to go eat, and I'll say I don't care. And then what he does is he will pick 3 or 4 places that he knows I hate, because then he knows that I'll have to pick somewhere.
I know, but those are my favorite places, man.
He does it on purpose.
All right, you just don't like to eat the same places I do. Which
true.
means you probably just shouldn't say anywhere you want.
Oh, all right. What do we got next?
How old are you guys? Well, Summer's the oldest, and she's 40.
No.
All right, we're both 43.
We're both
and
43.
I'm
My
older.
birthday's in May. His birthday's in March, so he's just a couple months older. So 43 years old, or 43 years young.
What do you guys do for a living? This is actually a real good question because we've never really talked about this in any of our videos. I am a union pipe fitter out of Chicago, local 597. So I'm a union guy. I think I'm in almost my 18th year. I like it. We do everything from like medical gas at a hospital to oil refineries to steel mills to like everything that runs in a pipe besides like drinking water and sprinkler lines. So everything from welding to rigging massive, rooftop units, and I could go on. We could do a whole other video on me explaining that, but I'm in the trades. So.
And I have a cleaning business that I started about 5 years ago. I clean residential and commercial businesses. I started off with doing it as a favor for somebody, and it kind of went from there. And now I full time every day, basically, except one day a week, I'm cleaning. So if you ever see that we're missing a week on a video, it's because we both work full time jobs. So we put in a lot of hours. Yeah.
Last one, I think. Best marriage advice.
No, wait, you skipped one.
Oh.
You skipped one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Who made the first move? This is actually a story. I'm letting Summer tell this story since.
So it's a funny story. Well, I think it's funny. It's probably embarrassing, but if you've watched, again, we keep referring to videos, but if you watch one of our videos, in the past, you've seen that we both worked at a 50s diner. He was working in the kitchen, and I was one of the waitresses. And I had a massive crush on him. Didn't think he, even gave me a second look. There were so many waitresses there. I was just another waitress, I think. We were working a shift together, and I really, this is so embarrassing. So I was getting ready to leave, and so we both got off at the same time. And I actually pretended like I got a phone call from my mom saying that she could not drive me home. And so I needed a ride. And so Jay offered to drive me.
I was sitting right there, like, I don't know what I was doing, finishing up, like, having a pop or something.
Yeah, I mean, he was at the counter, and I did answer like a random phone call, and then I continued to talk and pretend like my mom was on the phone telling me that she couldn't pick me up, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? And he's like, you need a ride? And I'm like, oh yeah. So he ended up driving me home, and then this was back when, you know, the phones were still hanging on the walls with the long phone cords.
Yeah.
After he dropped me off, that was it, and I thought, okay, that's it. But he had my phone number, and he said, oh, like, maybe I'll give you a call later. I'm going to some party, you know, I'll call you. Well, he actually did call me.
That was like the last party I ever went to.
He did call me, and we sat on the phone for probably like 3 hours. And I don't know, the rest is history. We started dating pretty quick after that. Got engaged a couple months later.
That's a whole nother video. We're gonna cut right there, but that's she made the first move.
So I made the first move. Yeah, that was me. I was brave.
Last question. Best marriage advice. I've said this many times. We're not professionals.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep this short. My best marriage advice is communication. Make sure you talk to your spouse, man. If you guys are communicating, most of your problems can get worked out, man. It's just, you got to communicate, man. The longer you let stuff stay inside and fester, the worse that problems get. And that's just from my experience, man. But communication is like so big.
So my advice would definitely be quality time together. I think a lot of couples, especially after you start getting used to each other, they find themselves sitting in opposite ends of the house and just kind of doing their own thing and going through the day. Me and Jay do not do that. We hang out together all the time. We sit together on the couch. We watch the same show. I go to run to the store and he'll say, oh, can I come with you? You know, just that quality time together, I think, is what's really important.
Not too much, though. Make sure you take some breaks, too. Save some time for yourself, also.
Yes, I mean, we've talked about that. That's important.
Yeah.
But
keep the connection there. Yeah, that's a good one.
We definitely need to hang out together, you know. Yeah. So we spend a lot of time. Jay's my best friend. Most days.
Anyways. We hope that answered some of your guys' questions. Again, thank you so much for shooting the questions over to us. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot messages over to them. We'll even answer them in the comments, instead of doing a whole nother video.
Yeah.
But
let us know.
Until our next video, we will see you guys later. Bye. Am I stealing your thunder?
A little bit.
All right, go ahead. Till our next video.
Oh, I didn't know you were saying it.
I was going to give you the whole thunder again.
Okay.
Till our next video, we'll see you guys later.
Bye. I should change that.
Oh.